Hi, my name is Debra R. Richardson of Debra R. Richardson LLC, and I work with you to help you clean up your vendor data, clean up your vendor processes, and pay the right vendor. Now, this week's Vendor Master File tip of the week is three no-cost ways to prevent a fraudulent payment so you pay the right vendor. All right, so let's get started. The first one is authenticate the requester. So just like when you call your bank, they don't just start talking to you about whatever it is you called about. They verify that you are who you say you are first. So they will ask you 2 to 3 identifying questions to make sure that you answer those successfully, and only then will they discuss your request. And you need to do the same thing with your vendors as well as with your internal employees if they are calling you from outside the company phone system. So if they're calling you from a cell phone, authenticate them. If they're emailing you from outside of your company email system, then you need to verify them. So authenticate the requester. Make sure you are speaking with your vendor or your internal employee and not a fraudster by asking them 2 to 3 identifying questions, whether they are contacting you via email or via phone. All right, the second one is authenticate the data. And so this is very important when there are changes to the vendor's information. So if the requester is contacting you or submitting documentation to change data, especially banking, make sure that you authenticate that data. What does that mean? That means that you need to have a company branded ACH form, and on that form, you need to make sure that you are asking information that is already on their vendor file so that you can verify that they have that existing information, which means that they are most likely the vendor. So a great example of that is that company branded ACH form. Make sure that if they are changing banking, that they give you the existing banking, and don't worry about the pushback. A pushback is a red flag. So if they don't have the existing banking, then why do they have the authority to give you new banking? Or if they don't have access to the old banking, why do they have access to the new banking? All right, so that's number two. Now, the last one is once you've made that change on the vendor's record, send them a notification. So the same way that Hulu, your bank, Amazon, if you make a change on your registration or on your profile, they will send you an email to say, or a letter for that matter, but they'll send you a communication to say that they have changed some information on your account. And if you did not initiate any changes, then to contact them immediately. And you need to do the same thing with your vendors. And a great example, again, is with a bank change. If for some reason you didn't authenticate the requester, you didn't require authenticating data, and a fraudster's information, fraudulent bank account was added or changed on that vendor record and you sent that notification, then the vendor may have additional time to contact you even before you send the payment out so that they can let you know that they didn't request the change. In addition to that, even if they don't contact you before you send the payment out, maybe they will contact you within the time frame that will allow you to recover those funds. And that's really important because so many times fraud is only identified when the vendor has missed the payment, not before, when they had time to change it before you even issue the payment, or when they still have or you still have time to recover the funds. So to give yourself that proactive and additional days, potential days, to stop any fraudulent payments that went through, make sure you send a notification to the vendor. All right, so those are the three no-cost ways to prevent fraudulent payments and to pay the right vendor. If you would like more information on how to improve your vendor process, please go to my website at deborarrichardson.com for free tools and resources to avoid fraud, compliance fines, and also bad vendor data. So good luck, and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified next Tuesday for the next Vendor Master File tip of the week.